We are kicking off with WWE, and as of late, several reports have come out suggesting that the company will host its second ever Evolution pay-per-view later this year. While WWE has yet to confirm the news, those reports have seemingly been confirmed, as on our Nikki and Brie podcast, Nikki Bella let slip that something big is coming. On the show, Nikki teased a major return for something special happening this July, and while Brie was confused at first, she quickly realized what her twin sister was talking about. All reports about Evolution 2 have suggested the show would take place in July, fitting with the time frame revealed by the longest-reigning WWE Divas champion. As if that wasn't enough, WrestleVotes Radio has since reported that Evolution 2 is happening, and the date has been confirmed to be Saturday, July 5th. The show is expected to take place at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Connecticut, and the report shared that the show will be officially announced by WWE this coming Monday. As for how WWE will announce it, that's unclear, and while WWE made a big deal about Evolution in 2018, WrestleVotes suggested that this year's revival may merely be a tweet. However, WWE announces Evolution 2, the second ever all-female PLE, is coming very soon, and it already appears that either Nikki or both Nikki and Brie will be in action. Are you excited at the return of the Evolution Premium Live event? Which matches are you hoping to see this July? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Evolution 2 won't be the only major event taking place this summer, as just 1 week earlier, WWE will host its Night of Champions event in Saudi Arabia on June 28th. That's according to another WrestleVotes Radio report, and they added that this event will be WWE's only event in Saudi Arabia this year. WWE typically does 2 events a year, and news of Night of Champions comes after it was reported that WWE will not bring back the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments this year. The King and Queen of the Ring event took place in Saudi Arabia last year, with Gunther and Nia Jax winning the crowns, but no new monarchs are set to be crowned this year. As for Night of Champions, the most recent event took place in 2023 and saw the introduction of the World Heavyweight title, and time will tell what's in store for 2025's sole Saudi event. WrestleMania news now. As for the 6th year in a row, WWE's biggest event of the year will fall over 2 nights, giving more talent the chance to make the WrestleMania card. So far, 7 matches have been confirmed in total, but we now have an idea as to what matches will fall on which particular night of WrestleMania 41. WWE's already confirmed that Roman Reigns vs. CM Punk vs. Seth Rollins will headline Night 1, and the Saturday show will also feature Kevin Owens vs. Randy Orton. WrestleVotes reports that Night 1 will also see Jey Uso take on Gunther, while Charlotte Flair will face Tiffany Stratton on the first night of the event as well. That means Night 2 will see John Cena face Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul vs. AJ Styles, and interestingly, WrestleVotes notes that it'll be Io Sky vs. Bianca Belair vs. Rhea Ripley. Though WWE's current standing is that this will be a singles match, this report suggests, as many expect, that Ripley will be added to the match in due time. We'll have to wait and see what the rest of the WrestleMania card looks like and which night the matches fall on, as WWE gets ready to deliver another 2-night Super Show from Las Vegas. The WrestleMania card is already stacked, with plenty more exciting matches expected to be announced soon, but one match set for the show of shows is at risk of being canceled. That's according to a report from PW Nexus, who said that the injury bug had hit and that a match could be pulled due to one superstar in particular getting hurt. PW Nexus didn't name the superstar in question, but many began speculating that the unlucky soul was Drew McIntyre, especially after the attack by Damian Priest in the parking lot. Some fans feared that Drew had suffered a genuine injury from the segment, and we already know that he got something in his eye in the moment, though it was clarified it wasn't glass. In an update though, PW Nexus clarified that McIntyre isn't the injured star in question, meaning his expected match with Priest will go ahead and likely be confirmed very soon. As for the superstar that could miss WrestleMania, that remains to be revealed, but this year's card inside Allegiant Stadium may be about to undergo a massive alteration. Ahead of WrestleMania, WWE will induct its latest class into the Hall of Fame, and there's been a lot of discussion about the upcoming induction of Lex Luger. In March, Fightful Select reported that Luger and his circle have informed WWE that Sting would be their choice to induct Lex, and WWE has reportedly been trying to make this happen. During the media call ahead of AEW Dynasty, Tony Khan was asked about Sting, who remains contracted to AEW, being allowed to go to WWE for the night, and Khan said he wasn't sure. Khan added that his focus at this time is on Dynasty, but spoke highly of his friendship with Sting and said that he would have to talk to Sting about Luger's upcoming induction. Luger and Sting are known friends, and it was a conversation with Sting that convinced Lex to jump to WCW in 1995, kicking off the Monday Night Wars with a major bang. Do you think Tony Khan should allow Sting to induct his friend? Should Khan ask for something or someone in return from WWE? Share your thoughts down in the comments section. Over to TNA Wrestling now, as Hendry has proven to be undeniable in 2025, but now the journey of the reigning TNA World Champion has hit a major obstacle. During the April 3rd edition of TNA Impact, TNA announced that Hendry suffered a grade 3 severe sprain to his rotator cuff, and he was seen getting checked out by a doctor backstage. The injury is said to have happened during a brawl segment where the TNA World Champion was grabbed by Elijah, and this has raised questions about his status for the Rebellion event. The show will take place on Saturday, April 27th, and at the event, Hendry is set to defend his TNA World title against Frankie Kazarian, as well as WWE NXT's Ethan Page. Now, though, it remains to be seen if TNA are forced to change this all-important match, and we hope to provide updates on Hendry's condition as they become available. Earlier this year, it was announced that Charlotte Flair and Andrade were no longer together as a judge granted their motion to divorce in October 2024. For Flair, this marks her third divorce in just over a decade, and this latest split has proven to be especially difficult for the most decorated female superstar in WWE history. Speaking to Sherri Shepherd to promote WrestleMania 41, Flair reflected on feeling embarrassed to be divorced again, saying she worried about comparisons to her father. Ric Flair has also seen his fair share of marriages come and go, and it was with that in mind that Charlotte hoped that news of her split from Andrade would not reach the public. She explained, "When I made the decision to file for divorce, the only thing I kept thinking was I just didn't want anyone to know. Like, oh my gosh, I failed again." Not only did people find out, but news of her divorce was broken mere days after her historic second Royal Rumble win, putting a dampener on Flair's elation following her victory. Though this was the worst-case scenario for Flair, she said that the fight to keep things a secret was over and said that she's now standing in my worth and people can have their opinions. Ultimately, Flair is trying to look ahead and declared her return to WWE programming after over a year out of the ring to be my biggest comeback, both for Charlotte and her real life as Ashley. Flair hopes to win a 15th WWE Women's Championship, and while she and Andrade are both in WWE and are both appearing on SmackDown, their marriage was not meant to be. This week it was reported that Miro is on his way back to WWE after being granted his release from AEW earlier this year. Fans are already excited to see the three-time former US champion, and it's now been confirmed that Miro will be in Las Vegas for WrestleMania week. Miro will make what's being promoted as a special guest appearance at the Knox Pro Entertainment Academy for an event spanning from April 16th to the 18th. This promotion was founded by Rikishi and Reno Anoa'i, and in another connection to WWE, Knox Pro is also a partner of the WWE ID program. As for what Miro will do at the event, time will tell, but it's certainly interesting that Miro will be around in Las Vegas during WrestleMania week. Do you think Miro will succeed in his WWE return? And would you like to see him make a surprise appearance at WrestleMania 41, given that he'll be in Las Vegas? Sound off in the comments. Back to TNA, as this week's Impact also saw a major change to the title structure of TNA Wrestling, as Steph DeLander was stripped of the TNA Digital Media Championship. Following PCO's controversial exit from TNA, he was stripped of the title, but on screen, it was explained that DeLander had won the title when divorcing her on-screen husband. Well, this week, Santino Marella claimed that the title couldn't be won via divorce, but promised something new would come, stating that from the ashes, there will arise a Beth Phoenix. Santino's Glamourella partner didn't appear, but the Director of Authority did confirm the creation of the TNA International title, and the first ever champ will be crowned at Unbreakable. In the spirit of Unbreakable 2005 and the epic triple threat match between Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Christopher Daniels, Santino revealed that every match in the tournament will be a triple threat. We'll have to see who is crowned the first TNA International Champion, as DeLander's reign with the digital media gold that began in the most unlikely of ways is officially over. More from the AEW Dynasty media call, as Tony Khan was asked about a lot of topics, including the recent Spike spot featuring Jon Moxley at this year's Revolution pay-per-view. This spot divided opinion, with some fans finding it epic while others deemed it unnecessarily gory, and on the call, Khan praised the match and the efforts of both Moxley and Cope. Speaking about the spot in question, Khan noted that the hardcore wrestling moment had been watched millions of times across multiple platforms, adding that it really paid off. AEW has never shied away from showing a more gruesome side to wrestling compared to its rivals at WWE, and fans can expect that to continue. On the call, Khan spoke about AEW delivering some of the best hardcore matches over the past 6 years and said he plans to keep that tradition alive. Khan also mentioned that fans enjoy this style of wrestling and that he personally grew up watching it, and said that such violent matches have become an important part of AEW's identity. Do you feel hardcore matches add to AEW's presentation, or does the company take things too far? Share your thoughts and feedback down in the comments section. Speaking of questionable spots in AEW, this week's Dynamite kicked off with a mixed tag team match as Willow Nightingale and Swerve Strickland faced Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir. During the match, Shafir and Willow had a table spot outside the ring, but Shafir struggled to lift Nightingale, forcing the ex-TBS champ to land awkwardly, leaving fans worried. On Twitter, though, Willow confirmed that she was okay as she shared photos from Dynamite, including her moments before being attacked by Jon Moxley, and shared the caption, "I'm alive." Nightingale was fortunate to leave this week's Dynamite unscathed, as this table spot could have been much worse for the fun-loving wrestler during the show. In 2015, Tyson Kidd's career in the ring came to a sad end as a botched muscle buster by Samoa Joe would change everything for the Canadian wrestler. This June will mark a decade since Kidd last wrestled a match, and while it's been a long time since the accident happened, Samoa Joe hasn't moved on. Speaking on the Insight podcast, Joe called the injury the largest regret in my career, and said that after the moment in question, he didn't think he'd use the muscle buster again. When asked if he sensed something was wrong at the time, Joe said the move felt normal, but he only realized something bad had happened when he saw Cesaro looking deeply concerned. Joe added that, "It just makes me sick to this day that Kidd, a man he holds great respect for, can't go out and wrestle, and since the accident, Kidd has found a new life as a WWE producer." A decade later, it appears that Kidd has been forced to retire from in-ring competition due to the moment, and on the podcast, Joe himself reflected that the end of his in-ring career is coming. "It's probably coming sooner than later, which is fine. I'll do this for a little longer, and then yeah, I think the end is probably sooner than any new deal being signed." Samoa Joe said he doesn't want to be someone who overstays their welcome in the ring, and while he alluded to others doing exactly that, he avoided mentioning anyone by name. At 46, Joe knows his time in the ring is coming to an end, and he isn't the only one, as AJ Styles, who is also 46, has vowed to be retired by the age of 50. Samoa Joe has proven himself in TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW, WWE, and beyond, but for fans, their window to appreciate the Samoan submission machine in the ring is indeed closing. In January, it was reported by Fightful Select that Becky Lynch had re-signed with WWE, but months later, the man has yet to resurface on WWE programming. With that in mind, fans have been wondering what's going on with Lynch, and one reason she may not have been brought back is that WWE may be waiting until after WrestleMania 41. With WrestleMania plans already in motion, it'd certainly be odd for Lynch to return now, as WWE would either need to rush her into a program for the PLE or not use her on the card. Instead, it'd make much more sense to save Lynch for after WrestleMania, perhaps on the post-WrestleMania Raw, a night that is often stacked with surprising returns. Perhaps Lynch will be brought back as the first challenger for the Women's World Champion, whoever that may be after WrestleMania, giving her a spot on the top of the card. There's also the chance that Lynch's non-WWE projects have delayed her return to programming, as she's taken on several acting roles as of late. Lynch will be part of the upcoming Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix, and has also joined Star Trek Starfleet Academy, and these projects and others may be taking priority over WWE. Nevertheless, Lynch's return to the ring seems to be a matter of when, not if, and what would you like to see from her comeback after close to a year away? Let us know in the comments. We mentioned that Lynch has a role in Happy Gilmore 2, but she wasn't the only WWE name who auditioned for this particular role in Netflix's Adam Sandler sequel. Speaking to Byron Scott's Fast Break, Kelly revealed that she also auditioned for the role, as the casting sheet specified that the role would be for a female wrestler. While Kelly didn't get the role, she remains positive about her future in acting, saying that she'd love to do something in acting, especially if it's an athletic role. As for Lynch, she'll be playing a golfer alongside NFL legend Reggie Bush, according to PW Insider, in a major move for the former women's champion outside of the ring. We've got some ROH news now, as this week's episode of ROH on Honor Club saw the debut of a familiar face, as former NXT star Cal Bloom was in action. Bloom competed on the April 3rd episode, which came 1 year and 1 day after his final match as Von Wagner in NXT, where he lost to Lexis King. Unfortunately for Bloom, things didn't go better in his ROH debut, as he teamed with indie talent Dion Russman in a losing effort to the Gates of Agony's Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. This was Bloom's ROH debut, but not his first time appearing for Tony Khan, as he was on last week's Dynamite, acting as security during a brawl between Powerhouse Hobbs and Mark Davis. Whether his ROH appearance was a one-off for the second-generation star or a sign of things to come, time will tell, but Cal Bloom is ready to make an impact outside of WWE NXT. Each week, WWE broadcasts an episode of WWE Main Event, and while the show has run for years, it's never been seen as anything close to the standing of Raw or SmackDown. Being labeled by many as a filler show, some wrestlers may see appearing on Main Event as a sign of issues in their career, but Karrion Kross has no problem being on the broadcast. While speaking to Fred Rashani of TSC, Kross recalled appearing on WWE Main Event in the latest tapings in London and admitted that some wrestlers take issue with the show. Kross, however, has no issue with appearing on the show, as his job is to perform, a job that he and Akira Tozawa are happy to do no matter the setting. He added, "It's about the people that are there live and about giving them a piece of the greatest show on earth that they came to see. Tozawa thinks like that, I think like that, and we went out there and rocked the house." This latest episode of WWE Main Event was special for Kross, as he didn't just beat Tozawa, but also brought back his Dead Silent theme song, hinting at a change for him. Kross spent years on the independents before making it to WWE, and after being released and rehired, he'll never take issue with having the chance to compete in a WWE ring for the fans. But what do you make of his reasoning? Has he changed your opinion on WWE Main Event? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section. And we're ending today with Thea Hale, who this week shared a video on Instagram of herself and a few friends reviewing food and drink, an innocent enough video on the surface until fans noticed an interesting name. Sitting next to Hale was Harlem Lewis, who recently broke up with Hale's NXT colleague Cora Jade, and this video sparked a backlash against Hale in the comments. One commenter suggested that Lewis moved on quick from Jade, while another said that Hale should share her coffee with Jade, given that she'd shared Lewis. Another fan questioned, how do you take someone that just got out of a relationship, while many referred to this situation as sloppy seconds? Several comments were shared, some arguing that fans had no right to pry into Hale's personal lives, while others continued to claim that Jade was being treated unfairly in this situation. At this time, there's no confirmation that Hale and Lewis are anything more than friends, but this video about coffee certainly led to the tea being spilled in the comments section.